Welcome back to Ask Literature. Today we're diving into a fascinating and transformative concept, queer theory. From its origins to its impact on literature and society, this theory has reshaped our understanding of gender and sexuality. So let's explore the world of queer theory together at the origins and philosophy of queer theory. Queer theory emerged in the 1990s out of the fields of lesbian, gay, and gender studies. There are many interpretations, applications, and uses of queer theory, but broadly it can be taken as the study of gender practices, identities, and sexualities that exist outside of cisgender and heterosexual norms. Queer theorists and thinkers are critical of essentialist views on sexuality and gender and viewed these concepts as constructed social and cultural phenomena. It emerged as a critical framework challenging traditional notions of gender and sexuality. It builds upon the work of feminist theory, post-structuralism, and LGBTQ activism. The core idea of queer theory is to deconstruct fixed categories of identity and examine the fluidity and complexity of sexual and gender identities. Queer theory scholars have developed theories which suggest that gender is fluid, flexible, and subject to change. Judith Butler's work is key to this understanding. She argues that gender is performative, meaning that the performance of gender is what makes gender exist. Butler, 2002. And the term queer itself is used to encompass a broad spectrum of non-normative sexual and gender identities. And unlike traditional approaches that view gender and sexuality through a binary lens, male, female, heterosexual, homosexual, queer theory suggests that these categories are socially constructed and inherently unstable. Informal use of the term queer theory began in the 1990s with scholars such as Gloria Anzaldúa, who were inspired by Michel Foucault's 1976 work, The History of Sexuality, which posited that identity is not innate and that sexuality is a social construct. In 1984, Gail Rubin published the influential essay Thinking Sex Notes for a Radical Theory of the Politics of Sexuality, which interrogated the value system that societies attribute to sexuality and sexual practices. In 1990, Eve Kosofsky-Sedgwick published the seminal work Epistemology of the Closet, and Judith Butler published Gender Trouble, developing the theory of gender performance. That same year, Teresa de Laurentiis organized the first queer theory conference. At the time, her use of the word queer stirred controversy. Queer theory is an interdisciplinary field that encourages one to look at the world through new avenues. It is a way of thinking that dismantles traditional assumptions about gender and sexual identities, challenges traditional academic approaches, and fights against social inequality. And for many academics, queer theory provides a lens through which they can queer ideas and works in their own disciplines. In this way, queering is not always about imposing queerness on an area, but about utilizing the lenses of queer theory to imagine new, previously unidentified possibilities. Theorists and their contributions. Several key theorists have shaped queer theory, each contributing unique perspectives and insights. Judith Butler, a prominent figure in queer theory, is renowned for her seminal work Gender Trouble. Butler challenges the idea of gender as a stable identity, proposing instead that gender is performative. It is constituted through repeated actions and behaviors. According to Butler, gender identity is not something one is, but something one does. Michel Foucault also made significant contributions to the field with his work, The History of Sexuality. Foucault examined how power and knowledge intersect to shape our understanding of sexuality. And he argued that sexuality is a complex construct influenced by societal institutions and power dynamics rather than just biological impulses. Sedgwick, another influential theorist, explored the intersections of sexuality and cultural texts in her book Epistemology of the Closet. Sedgwick's work addresses how literary and cultural texts reflect and shape our understanding of sexual identity and desires. The application of queer to texts, queer theory has profound implications for literary and cultural analysis. It allows us to challenge and reinterpret traditional narratives and characters through a queer lens. And one notable example is the film Call Man by Your Name 2017, based on the novel by Andrei Aximan. This film explores themes of desire, identity, and the fluid nature of sexuality. And by applying queer theory, we can analyze how the film portrays the complexities of same-sex relationships and challenges normative sexual expectations. Another example is the work of James Baldwin. His novel Giovanni's Room provides a poignant exploration of sexuality and identity. Through a queer theory lens, we can examine how Baldwin's narrative deconstructs conventional notions of heterosexuality and embraces a more nuanced understanding of human desire. Impact on literature and society. And the influence of queer theory on literature is significant. It has introduced new ways of reading and interpreting texts, encouraging a deeper examination of how gender and sexuality are represented. Literature is no longer seen as merely reflecting societal norms, but as a space for challenging and reimagining them. For example, queer theory has inspired a wave of contemporary LGBTQ literature that foregrounds diverse sexual and gender identities. Writers like Ocean Vuong and Carmen Maria Machado explored themes of queerness in their work, offering new narratives and perspectives that enrich our understanding of human experience. On a broader scale, queer theory has also impacted societal attitudes toward gender and sexuality. It has contributed to the growing recognition and acceptance of non-binary and fluid identities. By questioning traditional gender roles and sexual norms, queer theory advocates for greater inclusivity and diversity in both personal and public spheres. Queer theory challenges us to rethink and expand our understanding of gender and sexuality. It encourages us to embrace complexity and fluidity both in literature and in our everyday lives. And by applying queer theory, we can uncover new meanings and possibilities in the texts we read and the world we live in. In conclusion, thank you for joining us on this journey through queer theory. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Ask. See you in the next video.